Kyle Larson's 2021 season was one of dominance, a season for the record books. But while Kyle Larson won 10 races, the All-Star race, and won the championship, there were times where he did need help. There were a few lucky moments that this time gave the best driver and the best team of the season the championship it deserved. Here's Kyle Larson's championship-saving moments.
Well, we were all curious, what would Kyle Larson do when he gets into some Hendrick Motorsports equipment? He's certainly shown it here today.
While I won't go into all the details, but Kyle Larson not returning with NASCAR for the remainder of the paused 2020 NASCAR season was a hindrance for Larson for 2021. As he joined his new team, albeit the powerhouse of Hendrick Motorsports, it occurred at a time with little or no practice, and that meant Kyle Larson had to adapt to his new crew chief and new team on the fly. And for the first couple months, there were definitely times where this team showed that it was adjusting to providing that what Larson wanted and needed. But something that made the whole season an easier transition and allowed for Kyle Larson to just be settled in and perform was the early season dominance and win at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The win at the fourth race of the season meant the team could just focus on what Kyle needed and then focus on winning and be relaxed enough to do so.
Going to shake up the points. Going to put Hamlin to the top, Keselowski, and then Larson as Kyle Larson wins Las Vegas.
While it had been 11 races since Larson won his race at Las Vegas, and the team had let a couple races get away from them, the Coke 600 began a dominance for the Hendrick No. 5 team that established that 2021 would be the year of Kyle Larson. The team would go on to win 4 straight races, 3 points wins, and the All-Star race. And the team was so dominant that the only thing that could stop Kyle Larson's run was fate itself.
$8,000 Victory Junction game camp, which is an incredible place.
Green and white checkered flag is out to signal the end of stage 1. Kyle Larson coming to the end of stage 2. And the cross flags for halfway.
Like Kevin's car right there. Good looking hot rod.
For the third time, Larson has swept the first 2 stages of the race. This year, he finished second both times.
Oh,
Ryan Newman.
Oh, Ryan Newman in the wall. Caution.
Well, I tell you what, that might have just saved Blaney and Truex because they were the next cars in the sights of the 5.
White flag, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Kyle Larson trying for his first NASCAR win in a race longer than 400 miles. And he's going to pick NASCAR's longest night to do it.
And what a weird situation to get it done, right? With those 3 second places back in 2017, a pole, and then go ahead and win the race. Going to do it again right here in 2021.
Kyle Larson wins the Coca-Cola 600.
This could have been a mistake. Hopefully not a costly mistake for this team.
All right, now remember we had the question of Chase Elliott as to whether he would pit before the stage ended, and they said, well, the road was closed for
these stages. Nobody's won more of them this year than Kyle Larson, and you start looking at wins, you add that to those playoff points, and those things will make a big difference when you get later in the season.
In any of our pre-race discussion, did we ever talk about Kyle Larson as being a great road racer?
I'll tell you what,
we did. I don't remember.
Well, I knew that he was fast, and obviously I said that he'd been on some poles here, but the long run speed that he and his team has. But moreover, the decision to lead, stages, win these stages and try to have, be in a conversation for the win. That was something that we did talk about. No way you can win stages and win this race. They're going for it.
Outbreak into turn 11.
Oh, look at 5 looking underneath.
Oh,
3
man,
wide.
what a move here.
Almost.
So close.
It's the one thing I've been noticing about Martin, his braking,
Elliott chose track position. Larson chose tires. That's the difference between them right now.
He might be able to get it done right here. That's the other section of this racetrack. Yeah, there he goes.
He had to dive it in there.
Yeah, he did.
Look at this.
Oh, it ain't no
crossover at turn 7. All right.
I think he got hard and slid up in the center.
Now what the 9 has to do, he's got to watch that 5 trying to be aggressive. As soon as he makes a mistake, that's when you got to pounce. And you got to close that gap. You got to make Kyle Larson not think about the next corner, the next shift. But
Turn 11, the final braking zone. And Rick Hendrick's team's going to tie a record that stood since 1956. 1-2 finishes 4 races in a row as Kyle Larson wins at Sonoma.
and that 15 laps goes by fast.
Kyle Larson wins round 1.
Man, he almost
And he cleared him.
No, he didn't clear it. Oh, yes,
He did. Clear him quick.
Here comes the 5 back.
Oh, man, he was clear.
I think the 5's going to get back there.
Missed it. Oh.
Logano, Blaney coming.
That was an awesome move by Brad Keselowski.
Champion move right there.
And it's not over yet. Well, you got to love this fight by Brad Keselowski. Never gives up. That's a great effort right there. I don't think there's anything left for him, but he's going to try it. I guarantee you that.
Larson right down on the white line, taking the short way around, leaving Keselowski no out, and your all-star winner, Kyle Larson.
The racetrack, Kyle trying to make the top work. Now offers underneath Briscoe.
12th stage win for Kyle Larson, and he's going to make it 3 wins in a row. Kyle Larson returns to Nashville Superspeedway a winner. Only 8 before him have ever won 4.
Oh, he's got a flat tire. The left front tire's flat.
It's down. He's going to go into the wall. Kyle Larson in the wall.
While Larson's and the 5 team's misfires in the early part of the season left Kyle 146 points behind Denny Hamlin after the blown engine in the first Talladega race, the team could have taken the points lead back already had they not lost the tire on the final lap going into their 4th straight win at Pocono. But this wouldn't derail the chase down of Denny Hamlin and would still come back to win the regular season championship and solidify an extra 5 playoff points and the additional confidence in the championship preparation that came along the way.
3 drivers that were winless, and now he's slow on the track. The 5 right up behind him. Smoke coming out from Larson. Larson up against the wall. It's a drag race to the checkered flag. Denny Hamlin's going to win it.
Has an opportunity down here to roll this bottom, though.
Chased hard into the turn. Harvick, can he clear him? He's got a lap car in front of the 9.
Whoa.
They stay
Look at
tight
that.
up the racetrack.
Contact.
The 4 of Harvick got into the side of the 9. Here comes Larson. 34 laps to go.
That's aggressive racing. Larson down on that bottom now.
Oh, I think the 9 has a flat. The 9, flat left front of the 9.
Yep. And here he comes.
Come on down, it's flat.
Harvick, those drove away from the 5 car.
Oh, we have a car slow on the front stretch.
Oh, look at this. The 9 of Elliott.
Well, Chase Elliott is not happy with Kevin Harvick. He said this happens all the time with that guy. He's not going to race him very nicely for the rest of this night.
Well, he showed his frustration right there. 2-car length lead, 1 lap to go. Harvick charging hard. Larson, now Elliott on the inside of Harvick. Watch for that. Larson clears him. Out of 4. Larson's going to win at Bristol.
After a decent run at Las Vegas and a high-seeded Hamlin winning the race, this gave Kyle Larson a 57-point lead on the cut line, meant going into Talladega was simple. A simple game plan. Just ride around, and if strategy plays right, see if following a Chevrolet line will get some track position, maybe get stage points. But just don't get in a needless wreck. Oh yeah, I'm talking about Kyle Larson at a super speedway. Roll the clip.
I think again he gets sent into that position not wanting to go there. But the pushes are getting so
around goes the 77. Justin Allgaier spins, collects the 5. So Larson also in it.
Oh, Larson. How much damage did he get?
The 77 hit him in the door. I think the 5 got up against the fence as well.
I got hit a ton.
Quite a bit of damage to the right side there.
My steering wheel is at about 5 o'clock.
Oh, the 5 car's in the wall into turn 1.
Maybe that right
Blew the
front
right
went down.
tire.
Yeah, you see right here as the pack goes in, the 5 already in the wall. We're asking NASCAR right now to answer your question, Rick. If the caution was for debris, do they feel that the 5 should or shouldn't be on the
So after the
damaged vehicle?
37th place finish at Talladega, Kyle Larson entered the Rovel in a new position he hadn't been in all year, a vulnerable one. But as long as no mistakes were made, it
There's
wouldn't
a lot
be an
going on for
issue.
Hendrick Motorsports in this shot. And Rick Hendrick, I hope he's not watching, because this is not what he wants to
try
see.
to get it on.
Steve,
We're
the
going to stay on the
alternator
lead
belt
lap here, so Steven's going to do what he can.
The alternator belt got kicked off. That's what happened to Kyle Larson. That's what they were looking for into the hood of the 48 as well.
Plenty of time.
All right, so
Pace
there's
cars
the
only
battery
in
that
turn
comes
5,
out.
long
Doesn't
caution
look
lap
like
here.
your battery at home. It's not going to. These batteries are built by the race team to be more powerful and lighter. So now there's 2 issues. Fresh battery and an alternator belt. Great calmness by Cliff Daniels on the radio. So
If you can't get the
calm.
alternator belt on it, then don't worry about it. We'll just get the battery. Are you done with the battery, Jesse? Yes, okay.
There you go. Battery, first priority.
Fire the
Alternator
motor.
belt
Let's
would
ease
be
the
great.
jack down. Ease the
Let's
jack
not
down.
lose a lap because of it. All right, so 5 of Kyle.
While Larson saw time in position of being eliminated, there were some extracurriculars that would essentially guarantee Larson his spot in advancing to the round of 8.
Oh, look out.
And the 9 is around.
Big
the 4
damage.
as well.
There's big damage to the back of this 9
The
car.
41 of Cole Custer,
Okay,
but a
caution's out.
lot of damage to Chase Elliott.
Yeah, the problem.
The Elliott and Harvick scuffles meant Chase wouldn't win the race, and Harvick later wrecking himself meant Larson was safe, as these circumstances would mean had Kyle had any further battery issues, he wouldn't drop below the cut line. And then Kyle's comeback to win the race gave more confidence and established the resilience the Hendrick number 5 team had for the final 4 races of the
Oh,
season.
the 4's going to miss the corner.
He
He's
misses
into the
it
wall.
into the DeWalt wall. Kevin Harvick hard. The right front of the
Hard down.
caution comes out. Three road course races in the same season. Kyle Larson through the chicane for the final time. He will win at the Charlotte Roval.
While this isn't a saving moment, it was a key moment, as Kyle Larson dominating and winning Texas and then Kansas the following week meant the 5 team had 2 extra weeks to work on the Phoenix championship car. And with the win at Kansas, meant no other team could solely focus on the Phoenix car for 1 extra week. And this truly paid off. As the first visit to Phoenix earlier in the year, Larson and all of the Hendrick cars didn't have the speed to compete with Gibbs and Penske cars at the first Phoenix race. But the year-long learning and shelved creativity came out for the championship race. Qualifying showed the 5 car had next-level speed, which paid off.
It's Kyle Larson's turn on the track.
Yeah, Truex has to be disappointed with that speed. As I mentioned, I don't think it hurts his championship for the whole day, but that green flag as he goes down into turn 1, 3, and 4 wide. As Larson runs up into that grippy area, gets it again. A absolute monster lap. You ask what can happen in qualifying? If he can run this good of a lap in qualifying, this is going to be disheartening.
Lap 1.
Other
Steve.
3.
Lap 1. He blows them out of the water in lap 1.
Pull.
It's not even close between these two.
Oh, man. 12 laps to determine a champion in the Cup Series. Side by side in the front row. Kyle Larson on the outside. Chase Elliott on the inside. Green flags in the air.
Position away.
Laney's really impressive, guys.
I'm more impressed with Harvick because we know that that car's not been that great all year.
Once again, Kevin Harvick looking to the inside of Martin.
Larson's rebound.
To throw the first win at the other championship for drivers. He wins stage 1.
The 5 car, and a little daylight between the quarter panel and spoiler appeared. Seemed to go back into position. But you do not
Our
want to
last
affect the-
moment. While it was tough for the drivers on the losing end, it did give the fate of the best driver and the best team of 2021 the chance to win their deserved championship. While Larson was losing touch and running in 4th, and Truex looking to run away with his 2nd championship, the racing gods decided a caution was necessary, and debris from the 13 car brought that caution, and Kyle Larson's pit crew shined the brightest, and with the help of that number 1 pit stall, gave Kyle Larson the lead, and he never looked back.
Down the backstretch for the final time.
There's going to be a lap car on the inside. Not going to allow Truex to run that low line that he wants to run.
Kyle Larson a year ago watched the race from North Carolina. Today, he's a Cup Series champion.
Oh my God, guys! Yeah!